As we get into our video series on realization, we begin with the unreal. Realization is to come to know and accept the truth, the real. That which is unreal is that which is conditionally supported and made to seem real by belief. Belief. The energy of truth is what supports untruth. Now, that which needs to be stripped away is the unreal, because the real always is. The real doesn't need creation. It doesn't need to be built or constructed. The real is the totality of reality. The unreal is to put that which is conditional and relative in the place of absolute truth. Now, what is absolute truth? Absolute truth is first and foremost being. To be is absolute truth. After that, I am, and all of the various words that come after that create conditionality. I am male. I am of this nationality, this height, this skin color, this profession, this job, this lack of job, this any number of infinite things that we use to define self and other. Now, these things are not unreal relatively. In other words, yes, I am of a certain height. I was of a different height when I was young, and I'll be of a different height when I'm old, and when I'm dead, I'll have no height. At least the physicality will have no height. So these things are true and real in the relative world in which we normally, quote unquote, function. So normally, yes, I am considered to be of this height and of that job. Wonderful. All very functional and useful. When it becomes unreal is when I begin to define who I essentially am by these characteristics. Then they become unreal, because then I'm clinging to hold them together, or to try and lose them, or to try and change them. And it interferes with the joy and the creativity and the power of the fundamental truth, the unrelative, non-relative, absolute truth of being. That's the power of I am. There's no word after it. I am. To be is the simple fundamental truth. To see that all that we carry, experience, have had in the past, want in the future, all of the things that we use as definitions that change through time and that are not absolute, are simply ways of marking and discerning and noticing and differentiating, but not ways of identifying, is to become realized. To realize that the fundamental truth that my identity is rooted in is being, is realization. To come to know the fact that being is. All else, if it's just accepted as the transitory and ever-shifting sands of manifest reality, wonderful. Then it doesn't block our realization of fundamental truth. It's that we put, I am of this, I have this money and I'm from this country, and then we cling to it and fight with other people or fight with ourselves. Notice there's always conflict, there's always hierarchy and ranking in the unreal. The real is absolutely equivalent, equal, and absolutely bounteously limitless to be. All are. The unreal is that which needs to be dropped, the false self-identification and other identification. Things that are simply to be noticed and experienced and actually enjoyed, if possible, through time, that we may reveal that which is real and permanent and absolutely true. The being, the I am, the you am, the we am.